So I'm here on the edge of the Caspian Sea in Baku, an ancient city like Derbent in this area, and Tabriz in Iran. That was a major stopping point on the Silk Road where not only goods but also people, information, and ideas would stop, be protected, and then move on across the Caspian to places we've already been, like Bukhara and Samarkand. But not only was this an important place in the ancient world, it's actually a very important place in the modern world, because here just outside the city, the first commercial oil well of the modern era was drilled in 1846 and began producing the next year. And we're going to try to find that oil well today and try to visit a very important part of our modern shared world. Of course, goods and ideas and information wasn't just going from Europe to Asia, but also from Asia to Europe. And this would have been equally as an important stopping point in the reverse direction. And today, the kind of city and the country is obviously extremely wealthy, in part because of this oil that they have. And in the future, I think the new Silk Roads, or whatever, different people have different names for it, is going to continue to make these countries that we've been visiting more and more important. Obviously behind me you can see all the construction that's going on in the city, and all of that is fueled by oil and gas wealth in this sort of new Silk Roads, like I said. And whether or not you love oil and gas because it powers our economies and feeds so many people in the world, or whether maybe you hate oil and gas because of its consequences on the environment and the future of our planet, regardless, we all rely on it, every single one of us. No one's free of it. And so regardless of your opinion, it's a very important thing to try to understand. And I think sometimes going to where things began can help you understand. And so that's part of the reason why I want to go to see this oldest commercial oil well. This is like the the rustiest, sketchiest escalator I've ever been on. So you all, I think I found it. It looks like it's coming up here. And just like I was trying to make the argument that the Age of Enlightenment in the modern world didn't begin in Venice or in Europe anywhere, but in Central Asia, in cities like Bukhara and Samarkand and Merv, I'd like to make the argument that the modern world, the truly modern world, the industrial world, didn't begin in cities like London or where we normally think of industry. Because coal is one thing, and you know, maybe I'm stretching things a little bit here, but oil is a completely different thing because it's liquid, and simply because the labor costs of extracting it are so much lower. the well just constantly produces, whereas a coal mine, you have to pay guys to go down deep into the earth and scrape out this rock. It's much less efficient. It's much less economically advantageous. That's why coal, especially in the United States, but all over the world, is in decline for the most part. It's complicated, obviously. But oil and gas just keeps producing and producing and producing. And it's almost difficult to shut off in a way. And so no one is here. It is obviously not a tourist attraction of any kind. But for me, and hopefully for you, if you're watching this, it's very, very interesting and meaningful in some weird way to be here. So yeah, I'll show it to you guys what they have going on, what they've restored. This is it right here. This is where our modern industrial world that we all take advantage of, that we all take for granted, started. The world's first. So this pipe right here is an original pipe from the 19th century. It's actually made of birch plywood. So this is a wooden pipe. And that goes to show you kind of the rudimentary infrastructure that was involved at the very beginning of the Industrial Revolution. But it's like a snowball effect. Once you start to extract oil, you can use oil to produce more and better oil wells and oil infrastructure, which allows you to produce more oil, and so on and so forth. Just like the steam engine did for coal mining, this place did for oil and gas. And like I said before, no matter what you think, whether you love it, whether you hate it, we are all dependent and reliant on this technology and on this fossil fuel for the foreseeable future, unfortunately. And it is special to be here, maybe not in a happy way, but in a very interesting intellectual way. So I'm gonna keep looking around. So here they have more oil infrastructure just on display, and I'm tempted, since there's literally no one around here, I'm tempted to try to sneak into this thing, but I don't want to get in trouble. And there are like gardeners working in this park here, so I don't want them to see me. But I guess there's really no point to sneaking in. There's nothing you can't see from right here, so. So guys, I walked all the way here, which I feel like probably no one does really, no tourists do actually walk all the way here, just based off the neighborhoods I was walking through. I was getting some looks for sure. But now I see that there's some active oil wells this way. So I'm gonna go check them out because I've never seen really oil wells like that up close. And it'll be kind of a cool juxtaposition to see where it all began, literally, it all began, and where it's still continuing today. So let's go. So you can see the active oil wells there in the background. I don't think I can get much closer because there's signs that I think tell you don't come closer. So we'll see. I'm gonna try. I'm definitely not supposed to be filming right now because there's signs and there's security guards, but Что? Alright guys, that was definitely a little frightening. I don't think it's that big a deal. They didn't even like look at my camera or anything like that. As soon as I started getting yelled at, I just started asking where the sea was, that I was looking for the sea. And when the security guards got there, I had already taken the SIM card out of my camera. But like I said, they didn't even look. I think they just thought I was a lost tourist. But it was a little scary. I guess that's what you get for filming where you're not supposed to. And yeah, so I'm gonna make my way back to the touristy area and try to shake off this paranoia. And yeah, fun times in Azerbaijan. So I'm back here on the boulevard by the Caspian, and I think I'm done filming for today just because that experience was a little unnerving. But hopefully you guys liked this video, got to show a little bit of context, got to tell a story that I wanted to tell you all, and I hope you liked it. I hope if you did like it, you actually literally like it in YouTube and subscribe to the channel, because those likes and subscribes are going to make it possible for me to keep doing these types of adventures, which I really want to keep doing, and I really want to show, you know, more of the world and adventures through it. So till next time, guys.